Rising from the abyssal depths of the Indian Ocean, the Maldives is a geological paradox. 1,200 coral islands that should not exist, yet stand as the planet's ultimate definition of paradise. Your escape begins where the concrete world ends, leaving the chaos of Malé. You board a roaring seaplane to trade gravity for a kingdom of turquoise silence. Here, you face an agonizingly beautiful choice to root yourself in a jungle beach villa, or to suspend your life above the reef in an iconic water villa, where the ocean floor becomes your living room view. But the true secret of this archipelago lies in timing, while the wealthy flock here from November to April. The smartest travellers hunt the shoulder months of May and October to claim the same sun for a fraction of the price. Below the surface, the experience deepens, inviting you to drift through protected coral gardens, or vanish into the world's first underwater spas, blurring the line between human and marine life. Fuvahmulah, named after the local areca nut palm, stands alone in the southern Maldives as an island of singular beauty and geological mystery. Home to roughly 13,000 inhabitants across 8 districts, this lush paradise feels like a living garden. Dense with mango trees, coconut palms and sprawling taro fields. Its origin story is etched in the landscape, once a separate islet with a saltwater lagoon. While tourism here is relatively young, sparking interest only around 2017. The island retains an authentic warmth where ancient customs and local smiles still outshine commercial resorts. The true fame of Fuvahmulah lies beneath the waves, where a submerged reef stretches 3 kilometres out, acting as a magnet for thrill seekers and divers. These nutrient-rich currents create a perfect nursery and cleaning station for a diverse array of pelagic fish, establishing it as a world-class shark diving destination. Yet the adventure continues inland, where a naturalist's dream unfolds along walking trails that cut through dense jungle and reveal traditional Maldivian home gardens. Before we head to the next spot, here's a fun question. Why do many travellers choose the Maldives for their honeymoon or romantic vacations? Comment your answer. Fringed by ivory white sands and protected by a wall of lush vegetation. Emboodhoo stands as the ultimate off-grid escape for those seeking absolute privacy in the Maldives. Located just a short boat ride away from the shores of Cocoa Palm Dunikolu, this uninhabited islet offers a rare chance to channel your inner Robinson Crusoe on land that feels entirely your own. But this retreat is not just about isolation. It invites you to connect deeply with the ocean. Through interactive marine biology sessions and coral planting activities led by the Olive Ridley Project, guests can add a profound sense of purpose to their vacation by joining beach cleanups, or learning about the conservation efforts that protect the fragile ecosystem of the Baa Atoll. Venturing beyond the shoreline, you're invited to embark on guided underwater excursions with a resident marine educator to unlock the secrets of the deep. Here you can snorkel through vibrant house reefs, glide alongside majestic sea turtles. Back on land, the experience is meticulously tailored to your desires, featuring private beach barbecues prepared by a dedicated chef under the stars. Every moment is crafted with care, from a romantic candlelit dinner beneath swaying palms to a revitalizing session of sunrise yoga by the shore. With absolutely no distractions, you are free to settle into the natural rhythm of the island, accompanied only by the symphony of the sea, the breeze, and the birds. The accommodation consists of comfortable tented structures that perfectly strike a balance between barefoot simplicity and refined, unobtrusive luxury. Home to approximately 1,500 residents, this destination perfectly blends the charm of a local village with the breathtaking beauty of clear turquoise waters and abundant marine life. Located in the northernmost reaches of the Maldives, Hanimaadhoo serves as the largest island in the Baa Atoll and a rising star in the Indian Ocean. The island's coastline is a tale of two sides. The western shores offer spectacular, fiery sunsets, while the eastern beaches provide sheltered, calm waters ideal for swimming. Tourists can relax comfortably at the designated Bikini Beach, a beautiful stretch of sand that allows for Western-style swimwear while respecting local cultural norms. Just a few steps into the water, the accessible house reef reveals unique northern coral formations, offering incredible snorkeling opportunities right from the shore. However, Hanimaadhoo is not just a natural paradise. It is currently undergoing a massive evolution driven by a 2.1 billion rupiah development project, featuring a comfortable ferry terminal and a spacious port that supports the local fishermen. If you're unsure which resort to choose for your vacation, here's a great suggestion. If you're watching this, please click the subscribe button in the corner of the screen. It's completely free, but it means a lot to us. Imagine a sanctuary rising from the turquoise expanse, a realm where modern luxury bows before the raw, untamed beauty of the Maldives. Just a heartbeat away from the real world, a 45-minute speedboat chase across the Indian Ocean delivers you from the airport tarmac to this isolated haven, Siyam Olhuveli. Here the horizon doesn't just end, it dissolves into an infinite canvas of crystal clear waters and white sands that seem to whisper secrets to the tides. Whether you claim a fortress on the beach or a romance villa suspended over the lagoon, each sanctuary is engineered to blur the line between your bedroom and the abyss. Below the surface, the ocean invites you to a vibrant masquerade, where the SSI certified dive center unlocks the gates to thriving coral kingdoms. Above the waves, the adrenaline surges as windsurfing sails cut through the air, while courts for tennis and volleyball await those who seek victory on the sand. As twilight falls, your palate embarks on its own odyssey, traversing from Asian spices to international delicacies and dining venues that float above the dark, rhythmic water. Which region are you curious about? Let us know in the comments. We'll see you there in the next video. Separated from the rest of Baa Atoll by a 15-kilometre abyss of deep blue water, Goidhoo stands as a defiant fortress of solitude, located 100 kilometres from the capital. This expansive island, stretching over 2 kilometres, guards a geological secret almost unheard of in this archipelago, a freshwater lake that breathes life into the interior. While a modest village of merely 500 souls clings to the shore, the rest of the land has been reclaimed by a suffocatingly beautiful embrace of ancient ficus and towering coconut palms. For the ultimate encounter, a short voyage delivers you to the UNESCO-protected Hanimaadhoo Bay, where you can dance in the water with majestic manta rays. Sculpted by the ocean winds, Fulhadhoo stretches out like a slender finger, catching a constant sea breeze that banishes both the stifling heat and the biting mosquitoes. While a tiny community of 250 souls clings to the eastern shore. The rest of the land surrenders to a primeval wilderness of tangled palms and blindingly white sands. Geographically severed from the chaotic trade routes of the Baa Atoll, this isolation has created a sanctuary where the ocean remains wild and the silence is absolute. Beneath the waves, the coral reefs flourish in this solitude, teeming with hundreds of schooling fish and fearless turtles that have never learned to dread the shadow of a boat. For those seeking peace, nature has carved out shallow, crystal-clear lagoons that act as natural swimming pools where the water is as warm as the tropical air itself. But for the adventurers, this underwater cathedral offers world-class snorkeling and freediving, inviting you to hold your breath and descend into a vibrant blue abyss. The horizon is dotted with more than 15 uninhabited islets, ghost islands of sand, where you can escape civilization entirely and stand on ground that feels newly born from the sea. Though it feels like the edge of the world, this paradise is accessible via a 2-hour speedboat ride from the pulsating energy of Malé. Yet the true value of Fulhadhoo lies in its defiant protection of nature, standing proudly within a UNESCO biosphere reserve that shields it from the scars of mass tourism. The locals act as guardians of this realm, employing traditional fishing methods and leading beach cleanups to ensure their home remains pristine. Strict conservation zones and waste management systems serve as invisible walls, keeping the fragile coral ecosystems from shattering under human pressure. Rising from the waters of Hanimaadhoo Atoll, Kulhudhuffushi is not merely an island, but the thumping industrial heart of the northern Maldives. Spanning a massive 247 hectares, this urban titan stands as the country's third most populated centre, home to over 13,000 souls who drive its economy. It serves as the strategic gateway to the north, where a modern domestic airport and an international seaport tirelessly pump life and commerce into the region. This is a self-sustaining metropolis, fortified by a regional hospital that guards the health of the north, and 3 university campuses that sharpen the minds of the next generation. The city is currently undergoing a profound metamorphosis as the skyline evolves with a booming construction industry and a retail sector that rivals the capital. As a strategic command centre, it hosts the headquarters for police and military, alongside regional banking giants that drive the financial pulse of the atoll. Even nature here defies convention, hiding the enigma of Kulhi, the Maldives' only clay mangrove, a geological oddity surrounded by rare brevi trees. This muddy, mystical landscape offers a stark, beautiful contrast to the white sands typically associated with the archipelago. The island's spirit is most visible during its vibrant year-round festivities. where the community gathers to celebrate heritage in a riot of colour and tradition. Kulhudhuffushi is a rare paradox in the Indian Ocean, a place where the hustle of a rising economic superpower harmonises perfectly with the whispers of island tradition. While the world views the Maldives as a playground of polished luxury, Maalhos stands as a defiant guardian of a forgotten reality within the Baa Atoll UNESCO Biosphere Reserve. This is not merely a holiday destination, it is an ancient civilization where the sand hides secrets dating back thousands of years, including pre-Islamic temple ruins and artifacts recently unearthed from the earth. The island serves as a living time capsule where weather-beaten tombstones and intricate stone carvings bear silent witness to the artistry of forefathers who lived and died here centuries ago. Today, the rhythm of life is dictated not by tourist schedules, but by the peaceful call to prayer from the local mosque, presiding over a community so tight-knit that crime is virtually non-existent. Here, the barrier between outsider and local dissolves. You are not processed as a tourist, but welcomed as a guest into a society that still survives on fishing and small-scale agriculture. The island's soul is kept alive by its women, who are eager to show you the alchemy of traditional coconut oil extraction and the weaving of palm leaves, skills passed down through generations. But the magic of Maalhos extends beyond its history, spilling out on powdery white beaches that encircle the land like a halo of blinding light. The western shore offers a front row seat to the most dramatic sunsets in the Indian Ocean, framing a landscape that looks exactly as it did 1,000 years ago. Just steps from this shoreline, the ocean floor drops away into a vibrant house reef. A living city of coral that thrives under the strict protection of the biosphere. Because the reef is so accessible, the ocean becomes your backyard, allowing you to drift over thriving marine ecosystems without the need for a boat. If you've been here before, comment number 9. If not, comment number 7. Just 21 kilometres south of the capital, a tiny speck of emerald land. Named Gulhi emerges from the ocean, measuring a mere 670 metres in length. Long before the luxury resorts claimed the spotlight, this island was the original sanctuary for the adventurous spirits of the 1980s who pitched tents on these sands by the hundreds. While its famous neighbour Maafushi chases the crowds, Gulhi quietly guards a secret. It possesses the most breathtaking stretch of coastline in the entire region. The North Beach is a masterpiece of nature, where the ocean remains so calm and glassy that it mirrors the sky, lapping gently against blindingly white powder. Here time seems to freeze under the shade of parasols, offering an escape so pure that the waves barely whisper as they touch the shore. However, the true treasures of the deep are not found at the water's edge. To witness the kaleidoscope of coral gardens, one must venture out on a safari boat into the deeper blue. Home to a tight-knit community of 900 souls, the island rejects commercial mass tourism in favour of an authentic, intimate atmosphere. As the sun begins to bleed into the horizon, the local tradition comes alive, inviting you to board a wooden boat for the timeless art of sunset line fishing. This is a primal experience where patience is rewarded with a feast, as your fresh catch is transformed into a smoky barbecue dinner the moment you return to land. Yet respect for the ocean remains paramount. Any fish not destined for the fire is swiftly returned to the depths, ensuring the cycle of life continues unbroken. Despite its raw beauty, the island offers modern comforts with pristine public facilities and beachside restaurants that allow you to dine with sand between your toes. To find the truest definition of paradise, one must venture to the very edge of the map, deep into the southernmost atolls of the Maldives. While the journey to Ayada is remote, the experience is a choreographed ballet of luxury. You are whisked from the airport chaos into a private lounge before a 50-minute domestic flight carries you closer to the equator. A final, exhilarating speedboat ride slices through the waves, delivering you to a 5-star sanctuary where the isolation guarantees pristine reefs and absolute silence. Here, the dilemma is exquisite. Choose a fortress on the white sand, or claim an iconic overwater villa where the ocean acts as your front lawn. Almost every sanctuary is armed with its own private pool and sun-drenched terrace, ensuring that even if you never leave your room, you have conquered the holiday. Floating palace sleeping 7 people that offers the ultimate luxury, total unobserved privacy. With a sprawling infinity pool and vast living deck suspended over the abyss, this suite feels less like a hotel room and more like a private island. Your palate is then taken on a global expedition across 8 distinct dining venues. From the daily theatrical themes of Maru to the barefoot elegance of 0 degree. Imagine dangling your feet in the cool water of the pool while dining. Housing 8 spacious treatment villas designed to mechanically reset your mind, body, and spirit. Whether it is a transformative massage or a reinvention at the salon, every detail is engineered to make you feel reborn. Floating like a mirage in the virtually untouched South Nalandi Atoll, Angsana Velavaru commands a massive private lagoon known to the locals as Thoddoo Island. A dramatic 40-minute seaplane flight transports you from the capital to this isolated realm, where the turquoise ocean stretches infinitely in every direction. The resort is architecturally split into 2 distinct kingdoms: the grounding embrace of the island and the daring solitude of the ocean. 113 villas force a delightful choice between waking up under the shadow of ancient palms or sleeping in stilted sanctuaries completely detached from the land. For the intrepid traveller, the resort curates 3 distinct all-inclusive odysseys, catering equally to gourmet foodies, spa lovers and hardcore divers. The ocean here is not just scenery, it is a high-octane playground containing over 30 vibrant dive sites, unlocked by a Paddy Gold Palm 5-star centre. While the adults conquer the deep, the Rangers Club ignites the spirit of adventure in children, offering a dynamic world of splashing and discovery in their own dedicated pool. Those seeking silence can retreat to the award-winning Angsana Spa, where 8 outdoor pavilions use native ingredients like jasmine and frangipani to physically knead relaxation into your body. The air here is heavy with the scent of soothing oils, creating a sensory sanctuary that feels miles away from the rest of the world. This island is a chameleon, transforming seamlessly from a romantic stage for weddings and honeymoons into an inspiring open-air boardroom for corporate teams. A friend of ours recently stayed here and shared their experience with us. They said that from arrival to departure, it was one of the best experiences they have ever had. According to them, the resort is beautiful, peaceful and well-serviced, with clean rooms, a lovely beach, and an excellent spa. They also highlighted the outstanding service and great value for money, especially appreciating the early breakfast provided on departure day. In a sea of endless choices, Kuredu stands apart as a titan of loyalty, drawing travellers back year after year with a magnetic pull that few other resorts can claim. The transformation begins the moment your foot touches the long wooden jetty. A dramatic walkway that physically separates you from reality and leads you into a living hallucination of paradise. Ranging from garden bungalows hidden in the foliage to water villas hovering over the lagoon. Inside, tropical aesthetics blend with modern necessity, offering king-size comforts. Espresso machines and Bluetooth soundscapes that soundtrack your escape. Dining here is not just a meal, it is a carefully zoned experience where your room category unlocks specific culinary territories. From the family-friendly energy of Bonti to the refined atmosphere of Canggu. Emerging from the pristine waters of Baa Atoll in late 2019. Cinnamon Velifushi represents the latest evolution of the brand, raising the stakes of island luxury with a bolder, more indulgent vision. A 25-minute seaplane flight or a scenic 90-minute speedboat ride transports you 50 nautical miles south of the capital to a sanctuary where the ocean is your only neighbour. The resort offers upgrades that feature private plunge pools and therapeutic saltwater jacuzzis. Rising from the azure expanse like a concrete fortress, Malé shatters the tranquil illusion of the Maldives, standing as one of the most densely populated cities on the face of the earth. On a microscopic footprint of just under 2 square kilometres, over 130,000 souls fight for space, creating a chaotic, pulsating heart for the archipelago. This island is the namesake of the entire nation, deriving from the ancient Tamil term Malaitivu, meaning garland islands, a poetic tribute to the atolls strung like pearls across the ocean. History whispers that the Dhigurah fishermen, descendants of the first Dravidian settlers, originally used these shores merely to clean their tuna catch, unknowingly founding what would become the legendary King's Island. But the ground beneath their feet tells a far older story. These coral atolls are actually the calcified crowns of a submerged, ancient volcanic mountain range that has long since surrendered to the sea. It is a fragile existence where the land is so low-lying that no point rises more than 6 feet above the tide. Protected only by the barrier reefs that act as shields against the monsoons. Life here is dictated by the winds. The southwest monsoon unleashes torrential rains from May to August, while the northeast winds bring the dry, mild caress of December. Returning to the capital centre, the narrow, congested streets form a labyrinth of energy, offering a stark, sensory-rich contrast to the slow pace of the resort islands. Standing in solitary grandeur 67 kilometres west of the capital, Thoddoo is an emerald anomaly in a sea of turquoise. Unlike its neighbours, this massive oval landmass does not simply survive on fishing. It is the agricultural heart of the nation, boasting fertile soil that covers a third of its surface in lush, green farms. Known throughout the Maldives as the island of watermelons, it feeds the country with the sweetest fruit and papayas, continuing a legacy that dates back to its days as an ancient trading hub. A village of 1,400 people thrives here, living in a unique rhythm between the quiet shade of the jungle and the open glare of the ocean. For the visitor, the island offers 2 dedicated tourist beaches, pockets of white sand that feel private and secluded despite the island's size. However, the underwater treasures of Thoddoo are not easily surrendered. The house reef sits a daunting 400 metres offshore, demanding a physical pilgrimage to reach it. Those who make the swim are greeted by corals in pristine condition, far surpassing those of nearby Rasdhoo, hosting a silent court of stingrays and patrolling sharks. But this beauty conceals a deadly trap, as the currents here are powerful, invisible, and capable of exhausting even the strongest swimmer who dares to venture out without fins. The ocean here demands respect, and swimming alone is a gamble with the tides that no traveller should take. The Maldives is often reduced to a single postcard image, but the reality is a staggering archipelago of 1,190 islands scattered across the Indian Ocean. Amidst this labyrinth of over 160 inhabited lands, a difficult choice arises: surrender to the walled-off luxury of private resorts or embrace the raw, unfiltered charm of a local island. For the restless souls seeking more than a sun lounger, the answer lies in Dhigurah, one of the longest islands in the nation and a sanctuary for year-round underwater spectacle. The western coast is a geological marvel, boasting a continuous 4-kilometre stretch of sugar-white sand, fortified by a legion of palm trees that cast natural, cooling shadows over the shore. A 3-kilometre artery cuts through the dense jungle heart, leading you to the island's dramatic finale. A vanishing sandbank that stretches out like a bridge toward the forbidden luxury of the neighbouring LUX resort. Here at the very edge of the land, privacy is absolute. The crowds disappear, leaving you alone with a picturesque seascape that feels like the end of the world. Yet the true pulse of Dhigurah beats on the opposite shore, where the house reef offers a front row seat to the ocean's giants, manta rays and whale sharks. This is wild territory, demanding respect and the use of fins, for the currents are unforgiving and venturing alone is a risk no swimmer should take. Unlike the artificial tourism of places like Cebu, the whale sharks here are wild nomads, not fed to perform for human amusement. To increase your odds, expeditions venture towards Sun Island, where the chance of intercepting these gentle leviathans rises significantly. However, patience is the price of admission, as the rarity of these sightings draws hundreds of eager tourists from neighbouring atolls, turning the open water into a frantic hunt for a glimpse of grey. Far removed from the chaotic tourist trails, Bileffahi Island lies tucked away in the northern reaches of Shaviani Atoll, a hidden gem situated 198 kilometres from the capital. This geographic isolation has acted as a shield, preserving a silence so profound that the island feels less like a destination and more like a sanctuary lost in time. Here, a tight-knit community of 1,200 souls maintains a rhythm of life that has remained virtually unchanged for generations, centered not on commerce, but on the ancient pulse of the ocean. Protected from the open sea's fury, the island's coastline offers a serene embrace, where glassy waters hide thriving coral ecosystems that rival any in the archipelago. Snorkeling here is an intimate affair. Without the crowds, you're left alone to explore a submerged world of biodiversity that feels like a private aquarium. Above the water, the daily grind is a beautiful ritual of heritage, where families still practice age-old fishing techniques and handicraft traditions passed down through bloodlines. The concept of stranger does not exist on these sandy streets. Visitors are enveloped in a warmth that is as authentic as the tropical sun, welcomed into the fold of community life. Yet, Bileffahi is not stuck in the past. It is boldly embracing a future of sustainable tourism, balancing comfortable accommodation with a fierce commitment to protecting its fragile environment. For the traveller seeking to escape the manufactured perfection of luxury resorts, this island offers something far more valuable: raw, unfiltered reality. Though remote, the journey is seamless, with seaplanes and domestic flights bridging the gap between the modern world and this tranquil outpost. Shaped like a glistening pearl dropped onto the edge of the northern Baa Atoll, Ukulhas is a compact jewel stretching merely 0.25 square kilometres. Located 70 kilometres east of the capital, its eastern coastline blazes with the blinding white of snow-like sand. Washed by turquoise waters that house one of the most spectacular lagoons in the archipelago. Home to a tight-knit community of 1,000 souls, the island's heartbeat is the rhythm of the ocean, where fishermen battle the deep to haul in prized yellowfin tuna and elusive blue marlin. But Ukulhas is not just another pretty face in the Maldives. It is a revolutionary pioneer, standing tall as the country's first systematically eco-friendly island. As the beating heart and capital of the Kafue Atoll, Thulusdhoo rises from the ocean not just as an island, but as a pilgrimage site for the world's adrenaline seekers. Located a mere 28 kilometres from Malé, this compact landmass of 1,400 souls holds a curious industrial title. It is the only place on Earth where Coca-Cola is brewed from desalinated seawater. This quirk of engineering earned the island its nickname, Coke, a moniker that also christened the legendary surf break thundering just offshore. For the surfers chasing the perfect ride, the ocean here awakens between March and October, with the swell reaching its ferocious, consistent peak from June to August. However, those seeking glassy calm and golden sun over the adrenaline of the barrel should target the tranquil window between January and March. The journey to this surfer's utopia is a choice between a scenic 2-hour local ferry crossing or a high-speed 25-minute dash across the waves by private boat. Beyond the surf breaks, the air on land is thick with the salt-cured scent of drying tuna and sea cucumbers, a testament to the factories that drive the local economy. The rhythmic hammering from traditional boat-building workshops echoes through the streets, blending with the mechanical hum of the soda plant. Daily life here is a mesmerising tapestry that begins with a dawn call to prayer, signalling a day where ancient fishing duties intertwine with modern industrial shifts. The ocean has reshaped the community itself. The surf culture has bled into the local DNA, turning fishermen into skilled wave riders and expert guides. Despite measuring only 700 metres in length, this tiny rectangle of sand packs an immense cultural punch. In the central western expanse of the Maldives lies Baa Atoll, a celestial archipelago that was crowned a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve in 2011 for its unparalleled biological wealth. Comprising 75 scattered islands, this region is not merely a holiday destination, but a globally critical sanctuary where luxury tourism bows in respect to environmental preservation. The crown jewel of this aquatic kingdom is Hanimaadhoo Bay, a legendary funnel where the world's largest gathering of manta rays converges in a chaotic, hypnotic feeding frenzy. Beneath the surface, the atoll explodes into a living metropolis housing over 250 species of coral and 1,200 distinct types of reef fish. This underwater Eden serves as a refuge for the ocean's most vulnerable giants. From the ancient green turtle to the lumbering whale shark and the endangered Napoleon wrasse. To protect this fragile majesty, the reserve is fortified by 9 strict core areas, sacred zones, where extraction of any kind is absolutely forbidden and conferred the highest level of conservation. Here, the laws of nature reign supreme. Anchoring boats is strictly banned to protect the seabed, and human activity is monitored with military precision to ensure zero impact. These restrictions have created a haven where nature has bounced back, allowing diverse coral reefs to reclaim the ocean floor in a riot of colour. Visitors are invited not just to observe, but to participate in a delicate balance, staying in eco-conscious resorts that coexist harmoniously with traditional island communities. The experience of Baa Atoll is a lesson in humility, demanding that every guest treads lightly on the white sand and swims gently over the reef. It is a rare promise kept by humanity, to leave a pristine, breathing legacy for the generations yet to come. Tucked away in the northwest corner of the UNESCO-protected Baa Atoll, Kendhoo remains one of the Maldives' most guarded secrets and a personal favourite among travellers in the know. While the luxury resorts offer polished perfection, this local island stands as a living museum, woven with a rich tapestry of history that predates modern tourism. Centuries ago, this land served as a vital pulse point on ancient maritime maps, absorbing the cultural echoes of Indian, Arab and Southeast Asian merchants who dropped anchor here. You can still reach out and touch this legacy today at the 800-year-old residence of Abdul Barakat Yusuf al-Barbari, the scholar credited with bringing Islam to the nation. Reaching this historical enclave requires a pilgrimage, either a scenic 20-minute boat ride resting in the northernmost reaches of the Ha Alif Atoll. Vashafaru is a geographical shapeshifter. Famous for a blindingly white sand spit known as Vashafaru Thundi, that physically migrates across the island with the changing seasons. Home to a tiny, quiet community of just 200 souls, the island offers a level of solitude that mass tourism has long forgotten leaving you alone under the palm trees. Because it sits nestled within its own miniature atoll system, the northern beaches remain eternally calm. Their azure waters shielded from the ocean's fury to create a perfect natural swimming pool. Just a short walk from any point on the island lies the designated Bikini Beach. A slice of freedom equipped with sun lounges where European travellers can bask without restriction. Beneath the surface, the lagoon is a busy metropolis of green turtles, stingrays and reef sharks. While two dedicated dive centres unlock a submerged realm of shipwrecks and deep coral gardens. For the restless explorer, the horizon beckons with excursions to the mysterious Banana Island, or haunting trips to abandoned residential islands that time has reclaimed. Do not come here seeking the gilded cages of five-star resorts. Instead, you will find honest guest houses offering air-conditioned simplicity for as little as $70 a night. This lack of pretension makes Vashafaru a rare, budget-friendly paradise. Though reaching it requires a 20-minute speedboat ride from Hanimaadhoo Airport. Deep within the Baa Atoll, Naavaidhoo lies like a 30-hectare mirage. A scenic wonder so flawless it forces you to question the boundary between reality and a painting. Its vast crystalline lagoon is not empty. It cradles the tiny emerald jewels of Velifushi and Velifushi, creating a multi-layered seascape that captivates the eye from every angle. The reef here is so alive with shimmering fish that it pulls local women and children to the water's edge, turning daily fishing into a communal celebration of the ocean's abundance. With a resident population of barely 350 souls. The island fosters a community so tight-knit that crime is non-existent and visitors are guarded with the warmth of family. Now this sleeping beauty is awakening to the world, designating specific zones for tourism and opening its first guest houses to share its secrets with outsiders. Silence here is optional, as the Naavaidhoo Dive and Water Sports Centre offers high-octane thrills ranging from the roar of jet skis to the graceful flight of kitesurfing. But the true heart of adventure lies hidden beneath the surface on the western coast. Here, divers can descend into a colossal underwater cave, a submerged cathedral of rock, and vibrant marine life that stands as a testament to the ocean's mystery. This geological wonder transforms a simple dive into an exploration of the unknown, making it a bucket list destination for the brave. Whether you are gliding on a paddleboard over the glassy lagoon or exploring the dark depths of the cave, the island offers a rare blend of adrenaline and absolute peace. Serving as the administrative capital of North Ari Atoll, Rasdhoo is a deceptive paradox. A bustling hub of civilization disguised as a sleepy tropical village. Home to a tight-knit community of 1,000 souls. The island radiates a welcoming warmth that turns strangers into family the moment they step off the boat. Here you can play Robinson Crusoe without sacrificing modern safety, as the island offers the rare luxury of 24-hour medical care, ATMs, and police protection amidst the coconut palms. While the designated Bikini Beach is a modest 100-metre strip. The true treasure lies just 200 metres offshore, where vanishing sandbanks emerge from the ocean like white bridges. For absolute isolation, a short hop delivers you to the uninhabited Maafushi Island. A place of complete solitude where the only footprints in the sand will be your own. However, the real Rasdhoo exists beneath the surface, in a realm so densely populated with marine life that divers have reverently dubbed it fish soup. This aquatic coliseum is famous among connoisseurs for hosting the ocean's heavyweights, offering rare encounters with schooling hammerhead sharks, majestic mantas, and playful dolphins. While local life follows strict traditions, the nearby luxury resorts of Bathala and Ayada are easily accessible, allowing you to enjoy a sunset cocktail before returning to the budget-friendly authenticity of the local island. Strategically positioned as a transit hub, Rasdhoo serves as the perfect launchpad for island hopping, seamlessly connecting you to the agricultural beauty of Thoddoo and the eco-friendly shores of Ukulhas. Reaching this diver's paradise is effortless. A daily speedboat cuts through the waves in just 1 hour, delivering you from the chaos of Malé to the reef for $35. For the budget-conscious traveller, the public ferry offers a scenic 3-hour voyage for the price of a coffee, though this romantic slow route is strictly limited to specific days of the week. In the vast archipelago of the Maldives, Thinadhoo stands as a rare anomaly. A micro-community of just 50 permanent residents that functions less like a village and more like a private sanctuary. Civilization here claims only a third of the land, surrendering the rest to a wild tropical bush that spills onto a pristine half-kilometre stretch of white sand. The dense canopy of ancient palms creates a natural labyrinth of shade, offering secluded pockets of privacy where you can vanish from the world entirely. Unlike the rugged simplicity of other local islands, the guest houses here operate with a laser focus on service and cleanliness, blurring the line between budget travel and luxury resort living. Just steps from the shore, the house reef reveals a complex truth. While the coral bears the scars of rising temperatures, the marine life remains defiantly vibrant. The best way to witness this underwater theatre is to surrender to the current. Drifting motionless as sea turtles, clownfish, and eagle rays perform their daily ballet around you. Yet, for the true adrenaline hunter, the real magic lies 30 minutes away by speedboat in the shadow of the nearby Hanimaadhoo resort. As the sun sets, the water becomes a darkened stage for one of the world's most famous night snorkeling encounters, a communion with dozens of nurse sharks. Despite their fearsome silhouette, these 20 to 30 predators are gentle giants, allowing humans to float safely in their midst in a surreal, silent dance. Beneath the snorkelers, divers descend into the fray, though the sight often teems with as many humans as sharks during peak hours. The secret is patience. Wait for the chaotic bubbles of other divers to ascend, and you will be rewarded as the sharks reclaim the reef, swarming from the gloom in unforgettable numbers. In the history of Maldivian tourism, Maafushi stands as the revolutionary ground zero. The island that shattered the myth that paradise belongs only to the super rich. Located just 27 kilometres from the capital, this elongated strip of land, measuring barely 1 kilometre in length, acts as the pulsating heart of the South Male Atoll. Though it packs 2,700 souls into a confined space. The island miraculously avoids the feeling of suffocation, balancing local life with a booming visitor economy. This transformation began in 2012 under President Nasheed, who unlocked the doors of local islands to the world, choosing Maafushi as the very first experiment in budget travel. The experiment was so successful that it reshaped the demographic landscape. Locals are now quietly retreating to the capital, leasing their ancestral homes to make way for a skyline of rising hotels. Its proximity is its superpower, reachable by a swift 30-minute speedboat ride. That whisks you away from the concrete jungle of Malé before you can even finish your coffee. Here, the exclusive velvet rope of the Maldives is cut. You will not find $1,000 a night overwater villas, but rather a welcoming haven where $50 a day buys you a front row seat to the Indian Ocean. Maafushi strikes a rare equilibrium, small enough to navigate on foot without a map, yet large enough to offer a kaleidoscope of restaurants, excursions and water sports. It serves as the perfect bridge between worlds, stripping away the chaos of the city, while retaining the authentic charm that sterilised luxury resorts often lack. The island operates as a massive launchpad for adventure, sending fleets of boats daily to sandbanks and shark points at a fraction of the usual cost. It is the ultimate equalizer, proving that the turquoise water and white sand do not care about the size of your wallet. Maafushi is not for the tourist seeking isolation, it is a raw, breathing canvas for those who wish to witness the unpolished soul of the Maldives. Here, the generic postcard image of empty palms is replaced by the vibrant chaos of daily existence, where children rush to school and residents weave the fabric of a real community. For the photographer, the island offers a rare, gritty texture found nowhere else, trading predictable sunsets for the compelling street scenes of a society in motion. It even houses one of the nation's 2 prisons, a stark, concrete reminder that this is a fully functioning civilization, not just a temporary playground for visitors. To reach this enclave of authenticity without breaking the bank, it requires a slight detour through the capital, as the public ferry does not service the airport directly. Your journey begins with a quick 10-minute hop to Malé, costing a mere $1 for the local ferry or double that for a 4-minute speedboat sprint. Once you arrive at the terminal near the domestic wing, you unlock the gateway to the cheapest passage in the archipelago. This multi-step pilgrimage is the price of admission for a traveller who values culture over convenience. Ultimately, Maafushi rewards the curious with the most valuable souvenir of all: the truth of how the Maldives actually lives. Omadhoo is located in South Baa Atoll, and that is about 70 kilometres far from the capital Malé. About 800 people live on Omadhoo, but this shouldn't bother you at all. Like on many other islands in Maldives, it's not busy here. Not so long time ago, the island has started to develop. The village takes up 2/3 of the island that is measured 1,000 metres in length and 300 metres in wide. Life in Omadhoo is simple and has changed very little over the past few hundred years. Sometimes shy, women are dressed in black from top to toe, unlikely in Malé, where traditions are not so strict. The eastern and western parts of the island are covered with tropical vegetation such as breadfruit and coconut trees. The island's western part could be described As a real island jungle due to a rich abundance of huge banyan trees and tropical palms, Omadhoo is home to birds and flying foxes and also curious herons. Lying just 57 kilometres from the airport, Fulhadhoo emerges as a microscopic jewel in the Baa Atoll, measuring a mere 700 metres in length. Despite housing a tiny community of only 300 permanent residents, this island beats with a mighty heart. Renowned across the archipelago as the guardian of Langiri, a hypnotic traditional dance fueled by the thunderous rhythm of drums. Nature here has sculpted its own architecture. On the northwest coast, ancient overhanging trees intertwine to form a surreal natural tunnel leading you through a lush green corridor into the unknown. The island is cradled by a massive turquoise lagoon that serves as a tranquil natural harbour, protecting the shores and creating a swimming pool of infinite clarity. For the weary traveller, the dedicated Bikini Beach offers an idyllic sanctuary where crystal clear waters lap against white sand, framed perfectly by the swaying silhouette of palms. To witness this paradise at its peak, one must venture here between December and April, when the sun turns the lagoon into liquid glass, creating the ultimate stage for both relaxation and discovery. Bodufinolhu is a small island in the Maldives. It's part of Baa Atoll and about 85 kilometres west of Malé. The island is next to the inhabited Maafushi and Dhigurah Island resort. The island is even smaller than Maafushi, only 0.5 kilometres long and 0.3 kilometres wide. Around 500 people live there. Experience the magic of snorkeling with manta rays near Bodufinolhu. This area is renowned for its vibrant marine life and is home to several manta ray cleaning and feeding stations. Travelling to the Maldives feels like stepping into a dream where crystal clear waters and endless horizons define every moment. The gentle rhythm of island life invites visitors to slow down and fully embrace peace and relaxation. Beyond luxury resorts, the Maldives reveals a deep connection between the ocean, local culture, and everyday life. Each sunset paints the sky with unforgettable colours, turning simple moments into lasting memories. The Maldives leaves travellers with a sense of calm, wonder, and a longing to return to its serene paradise.